Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we explore the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and the road ahead for them and their companies. I'm your host, Milan Kohut. Excuse me. Damn, I was sick recently. I'm sorry for that.
Oh.
Today, I'm thrilled to be joined by Jaclyn McKeown. Damn, what was the name? I'm sorry.
You said it, McKeown.
McKeown, all right.
Jaclyn
An
McKeown.
amateur right now.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We're human.
Yeah. Today, I'm thrilled to be joined by Jaclyn McKeown, the founder of McKeown SEO and a senior SEO
Oh, wait.
specialist. Yep.
So I own my company's Well Framed Media. It used to be McKeown SEO, but Well Framed Media is the name of the company.
Okay, so
It used to be, I rebranded, so it's not a big deal. But
so
and
well,
I no longer am a senior SEO. But we'll get into it. But Well
I
Framed
mean,
Media.
being an SEO senior SEO specialist, that's something that we can just dive into the conversation. That's fine.
Sure,
But
yeah.
the name of the company, I totally get that. Thank you for checking that out. So
Yeah.
what was it? Well framed?
Well Framed Media.
Well framed media.
Yeah, WELLFRAMED Media. So
Yeah, well framed
wellframedmedia.com
media.
is my, yeah.
Okay, cool. Sure. Okay, this should be good. Awesome. All right, so we're gonna re-record that.
All right.
Today, I'm thrilled to be joined by Jaclyn McKeown, the founder of Well Framed Media and a senior SEO specialist with over 5 years boosting health and wellness brands' search visibility. She empowers chiropractors, dentists, and other professionals through targeted SEO, professional photography, Google Ads, social media, UX design, and web development, tailored to drive organic traffic and patient leads. Drawing from her strategic communications degree at Temple University and hands-on experience at pharma giants, she crafts data-driven digital roadmaps that blend technical SEO with creative storytelling. With that being said, Jaclyn, let me officially welcome you to Founders Future.
Hello. Thank you for having me. And that was a great introduction. I feel honored.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it. I did my best as I could, but this is going to be an exciting conversation. Jaclyn, there is a lot of stuff that I would like to uncover and unfold during the conversation. So we're just going to dive right into this. And how I like to open up every single one of these episodes is with a bit of traveling back in time first.
Mhm.
So before you even launched this current company of yours, what was that journey like before? And then eventually, what was the motivation for even getting into this space?
Sure. So I you know, as as a from a very young age, I've always had that like entrepreneurial spirit. My father had actually, my grandfather started a beer distributor called McEwen's Beer Distributor, and they were in business for 50 years. And my father took over with his brothers and his sister. And my dad was a commissioner. So from a young age, I was always like doing sales and entrepreneur, I grew up in it. But there was something in me that I didn't have a belief in myself at that time. I remember I was working for a small business and SEO was very, very male dominated field. And I always had this belief in myself that I could never get in a tech world. And I don't know if it's me personally or if like society kind of puts that on women. Like you can't, tech is too complicated, you can't be in that industry. So I'm like, you know what? I want to learn this. I can do this. So not only that, but I saw a need that like people, they don't know how to do it. And I wanted to challenge myself. So I went in and I worked for a small business. I helped him redesign his website. And then I started YouTubing SEO. Like, how do you figure this out? And now with this information age, like you could learn anything you want if you put your mind to it. So I just started YouTubing. I took an online course and I started applying what I knew. I was able to help him bring in traffic through my implementation. that's how it started. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? You're absolutely right when you say that it was a male-dominated kind of industry. And also when it comes to SEO, it's kind of funny because, well, I'm coming from a marketing background myself. That's pretty much what I've been doing for the past decade. And I know that when it comes to specifically SEO, people and business owners and founders, they have a love and hate relationship with SEO. So it's not quite easy to talk to people about SEO and
Oh,
implementing
yeah.
different strategies. So, I mean, hats off to you for staying in the industry so long, but obviously there is a lot of experience that you bring to the table,
Mm.
which is also going to open up this next topic. But I want to talk about where this journey got you overall and what does the business look like today? So, to build out some clarity for the listeners right now, who is it exactly that you're describing as your avatar or your ICP, that ideal client that you want to work with right now? And also, how does that engagement look like? What is that journey that they go through?
Sure. So, I work with people in the health and wellness industry. So whether you're Eastern medicine, holistic medicine, or Western, I work with both because I believe in both. I've had my own health issues and I've seen my dad in and out of the hospital my entire life. So that's kind of what's, I saw that there was a need for patients that need to find the right doctor. And I saw that there was doctors in their field and healthcare providers with the credentials and the education, but they don't know how to market themselves. So I
Mhm.
help people in the health and wellness industry show up online as authority through SEO and web design so they don't have to do marketing themselves.
Yeah, 100%. So when it comes to the services that you provide today, I'm curious because there is a little bit of a variety. You can have the main focus on SEO specifically. You can do the
Mm.
web design, web development. But looking retrospectively back at the clients that you helped, let's say in the last year, what would you
Mhm.
say is the biggest focus for you right now? Which one of those services are you trying to scale the most and impact a lot more companies with?
SEO and web design, they're my two core services. We also do Google Ads, but SEO and web design are my core services because that's my background, it's my baby. I worked in pharmaceutical SEO for the past 4 years. So I understand compliance and regulations when it comes to the healthcare industry. But I believe in both Eastern and Western medicines, like holistic medicine as well, because there's a need for it. And they don't get as much backing as like big pharma does. So I believe in both. And yeah, I don't remember what you just asked, but I think I answered your
No,
question.
you definitely have answered my question, so thank you
Okay.
for that. And also, Jacqueline, one of the comments that I wanted to make is I love how you're coming from a place of like, hey, I personally had some health struggles. My family went through a lot when it comes to this, and this is one of the things that really connect me to the industry. But also, if we look at it from the business perspective, I think when it comes to the marketing, space and industry overall and other professionals in SEO, it can be very vague and it can be very generic. So I think with you having this niche, it's going to be great in terms of really clearly communicating your messaging and positioning in the market, which is incredibly important for you to create a good client acquisition system for yourself as well.
Hmm.
So with that in
Yeah.
mind, just knowing that, talking to your clients about how to get more exposure, more volume, I want to switch it up on you. So, like when it comes
Hmm.
to your own marketing strategies and what you do pretty much on a daily basis, what is it that you do to consistently get new clients? What does the process look like for you?
Sure. So I do multiple things, but I do local networking. So I try to focus on what I'm good at. I enjoy SEO obviously, so I'll do that. But I also enjoy talking. I'm a good, at sales and marketing and being in person. And because I'm behind the computer a lot, I'd like to get out and to talk to people. So I'll go to like local networking events and specifically in my niche. So I went to I exhibited and did some field marketing at a holistic wellness event in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And I got an influx of people coming, through there and networking opportunities. I also go into Facebook groups, so in my niche. So, mental health therapists or psychiatrist groups, or, um, I have like a body work group, like massage therapists or, and coaches. And I'll go in there. And for example, I recently post it, something genuine. I'm not using AI. Like I'm just coming, here's where I'm at. My name's Jaclyn. I'm an ex, big pharma and just introducing myself. So you have that, I have the credibility. Ex Big Pharma SEO and marketing company. I used to work for them. And now I have my own health and wellness company where I help people in the health and wellness field get from DIY marketing to becoming the authority in their field while, not having to do it themselves.
Yeah.
And basically, I offered a free SEO quick audit. And because I'm offering value and giving people value in these groups, like people reach out and then I build that relationship with them. So, whether it's, and then I hop on a call and connect with them, find out what their needs are, and like just have a conversation, get to know people. And like, if you're coming from a place of value, people, you know, care. Like, people respect that instead of being salesy or trying or sounding like everybody else. Like, I can help you with this. I do SEO. No, like, what sets you apart is, you adding value in the Facebook groups and helping people out, just being genuine.
I would agree 100%, 1000%. Just making sure that everything that you communicate is really value and relationship based. That makes a lot of difference because I think especially in today's day and age with all of that noise on social media and but also in other sources, it's just about like, okay, can I actually find somebody who's authentic, who is transparent, and who is going to be aligned with me? So that's a
Yeah.
great point that you're making. But also, let me ask you this though. Whenever we talk about like organic channels and leveraging the networking and doing the in-person stuff, this is great. But typically there is a lot of frustration about the inconsistency of it, right? So especially for somebody who really finds themselves in that revenue building stage of the company and just getting more and more clients and building the structure, it can be very inconsistent. You don't know where and when is the next client coming in. So, like, have you also explored other avenues, maybe like running paid ads or doing more strategic partnerships just to get more clarity and predictability in terms of building the business? Or do you feel like just, leveraging those current structures is enough for you?
Well, I think I've done paid ads in the past, but you don't need paid ads to get started. Like I do have partnerships. So I have a web designer, developer, and I have a Google Ad specialist that I work alongside with on my team. But the web developer I work with, we'll give each other business. And so that's been really helpful. And then I guess just like um, locally, like support people that are able to, they help you out. Like everyone, if you help other people, comes back. So like we help each other out. And I've been, because I put myself out there a lot, and I also show up on social. I give value, I give educational content. People are seeing that. They might not convert right away, but they see what you're doing. And if they go on to your website and then they go onto your social and you're providing value and you're talking to them because you're hitting their pain points, you're talking to your ideal client and like it's not so much about like their demographics, like where do they live? I mean, maybe it does matter somewhat, but I really think about the psyche of my ideal client and what are they thinking about? What are their needs and how can I help them?
Yeah, and I think this is also relevant to like the overall idea for us in terms of like, hey, where do I want to take the business, right? Like, what is that ultimate destination for it?
Yeah.
And I've been getting into more and more conversations about, the difference between like, hey, I'm building an empire. Hey, I'm building a lifestyle business, right? So, like,
Yeah.
obviously, everybody's stepping into this world with different kind of expectation. Now, for you personally, you just mentioned that the alignment is very important to you, which I absolutely love to hear. But is this also being reflected on like where you want to take the company, or do you consider yourself somebody is building a lifestyle business and maybe at a certain point you can just cap it and be like, hey, if I can maintain this, I'm good.
Yeah. More of a lifestyle is definitely more important to me because I mean, I've read books, people can become millionaires and that's great. Some people are, as long as like your nervous system is regulated and you're able to maintain a healthy lifestyle, that's That's what is important to me, to be able to have my family, take care of my son, um, and living a balanced lifestyle. I like to try to wrap up my work around 3 o'clock. That doesn't always happen, but like I want to have a life outside of my business. So, and I do. But I do want to grow more. Right now, I'm not like where I'm where I'm at and I'm okay with it and I'm growing. But I do have some goals and I don't need to be I don't want to be stressed out working all hours of the day is what I'm trying to say. I enjoy just a simple life, taking care of my family with lots of laughter and joy. So
I think delegating is a big part of this. And obviously, with you mentioning that there's a Google specialist that you work with, there's a web developer. I think that's a big part of it, just making sure that we can kind of like stay in that zone of genius and like, hey, I know that I can be great at SEO. That's what I'm going to focus on. And anything else that might be covered by somebody else, I'm just going to delegate it, right? You don't have to wear all the hats.
100%.
Yeah. So like do you feel like the team is going to grow a little bit just to make sure that you can actually take the business to that next level that you had in mind? Or what are your expectations when it comes to your team?
Um, I think I have a good team right now. As far as like growing, like um I'm thinking about eventually hiring an SEO to help out. I do outsource well, not outsource, but I use like Bright Local for um I've used that for some citation building. I've done it myself as well. But I'm not sure yet. Like I need that's something maybe where I'm stuck where I'm at this balance. So it's like, do I hire or do I wait till I get a few more sales before I hire? It's always that like balancing act. So
Mhm.
trying to figure that out kind of right now. But yeah, I do utilize other people to do what they're good at while I focus on what I'm good at. And I think in order to scale and grow, I need to, yeah, find great people, which I already have a few great people, but continue to do that while making sales and
Yeah.
invoicing and doing all the things, you know.
Oh man, I love the transparency here right now. I really appreciate that because it's funny. I always talk about this that when it comes to business, well, also life, generally speaking, but it's not a straight line, and we just have to stay adjustable. It's
Yeah, it's a
always
lot.
changing. Yeah, it's a lot. So, and this is what it looks like in real life. Like obviously, you figured out a big part of the business that is already working well, but there is always something new that comes up, and you have to face next, right? So it's funny how that works, but. When
Yeah.
it comes to that vision that you created a couple minutes ago, you mentioned that, okay, well, it's still not exactly where I wanted it to be. So I'm working towards that. So to look closer at those goals that you have set for yourself, let's say just till the end of 2026, this year alone, what would you say are those biggest targets, the goals, the revenue that you want to hit, the milestones that you have set for yourself? What does it look like?
Well, I would want I'd like to have between 5 to 6 more high ticket clients and keep it simple. Monthly clients, retainer clients. And that's my goal for this year, which I think is totally I can accomplish that. It's just sometimes, you take on these one-off projects or, it's like the psyche that gets in the way, but we need to focus on our goals and just, the person that truly values and they'll this person's not going to work out like you have to find your ideal fit, but that's the struggle sometimes because I'll like work with them and I want to help and but sometimes you got to I don't know, there's no perfection and I'm figuring it out as I go.
Yeah, well, that's a big, big truth right here. So again, I really appreciate the honesty. Jaclyn, it looks like to me that you're actually enjoying the journey. Like there is a lot that changes all the time, but you're up for it. So I'm curious to see what this is going to look like for you in the next couple of years. And thank you so much for sharing the journey on the podcast here as well. If we have somebody who's listening right now and wants to take a closer look into how you approach business, what is your philosophy, all that kind of stuff, where should they find you?
You can find me at wellframedmedia.com. So it's well, WELL, framed with a D at the end, media.com. You can also follow me on social at wellframedmedia, on Instagram, Facebook, and yeah, that's where you can find me. So thank
Well,
you.
thank you again. It was a pleasure to have you on here.
It was my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Now, to our listeners, if today's conversation inspired you as well, make sure to subscribe to Founders Future on your favorite platform. And also, if you're a business owner, more specifically a consultant or a coach, or you have an agency and you're trying to scale the business and really enhance both your sales and marketing efforts, also visit closers.io. Get in touch with our team and discover how exactly we scaled our company from zero to over 30 million per year in less than 3 years. Until then, keep on crushing it, and I'll see you on the next one.